Coming into today, I had seen that price had a larger overnight move, about I don't know, over 100 points. So by the time we were coming in, there wasn't really much in price that was obvious for maybe discount or premium or taking a discount for continued longs. So I decided to jump down to a 15-minute. And the reason for this is in the fact that on the 4 hour or even any of the other hourly time frames, price isn't offering me a closer swing point, except maybe this one, but price wasn't offering me a closer swing point to find discount. And I wasn't really happy with that, just in the fact that price obviously seems like it's in a rush. We just reswept our all-time highs. So it does seem like price is in a rush to get somewhere, but even still coming into the morning, I was hesitant. I wasn't really 100% sure with my bias. But I had seen, where are we? We're at 5 o'clock. 7:45. All right, here we go. So coming in around 9 o'clock, this is where price was sitting. And I had seen that we did have a new dealing range here. And from this high to this low, we have our discount and this 15-minute fair value gap. Actually, no, 30-minute. Yes, I like this 30-minute fair value gap much better, but that gives it away. So coming in, we had this dealing range from high to low, and I really liked this 30-minute fair value gap for potential longs. Um, and the reason why I liked it was because price was continuing to move higher. We weren't getting a lot of retracements. We have a dealing range right here. Price is in discount, and I wanted to see price respect discount and start to get a sustained move out of here. So price came in, tapped the bottom of the 30-minute fair value gap, and then started to, so right here actually, right here, it was kind of a premature long, but price had come up. We had just barely touched over this high. We came down, tapped the 30-minute again, and we had a little tiny 1 minute fair value gap in here. So, and that was holding. It's nice, smooth bodies of the candles. So I decided to take a long up to this buy side. And I was going to be holding it through open, and I was okay with that. But I had this labeled out as buy side, and I wanted to see this get taken right away. So on the 30-minute time frame, price is in discount. We are in a discount fair value gap. 1 minute time frame, price bounced right off the bottom of that fair value gap and had a nice strong move away from it. And we are respecting our PD arrays. This other 1 minute in here gets tapped twice, and then price continues to move higher. So then I'm feeling pretty confident with this trade, and price opens up, market opens up, and we sweep buy side. But you see that price sweeps buy side and then immediately starts to drop off. So from this point, I was not really sure and just kind of stepping back and looking at what price was offering. Um, I still wanted to see higher prices. I just didn't know when we would get them. So later on, we're looking here. So later on, looking at that 30-minute fair value gap, price came down to test this 30-minute fair value gap one more time. And at this point, we've been tested 3 times, and price came through and swept sell side. So I am again feeling pretty confident in taking a long. So looking down at the 1 minute, price is just kind of really slowly meandering up. Not really a valid entry anywhere in here. As price eventually comes down, we take this little intermediate term low. But the other thing else I also want to point out is price did not take these relative equal lows. That was our new daily low. Um, so that was showing me that, hey, price does want to move up. I mean, look at how close we got. Nice three relative equal lows. So from here, price started moving away. The only valid play that I had seen in here, at least for me, was this 1 minute inverse. 1 minute inversed it perfectly, long, targeting new buy side, and that would have been a very beautiful trade. But for me, there was no entry. I was waiting for price to come back down to a fair value gap, make an order block, do something. Um, and price never ended up coming back down into a fair value gap. We never ended up coming back down to touch an order block, and then it took buy side. So that was a trade I had to just tape read and watch happen. So then looking at the rest of the day and how the rest of the day played out. So price came up. We had that sustained run up. It took buy side. Price came back, dug back down, went higher, a little bit of consolidation, tapped into a fair value gap in discount right here. This could have been another valid long entry, although this fair value gap was almost too small to want to pay attention to. But we did respect that fair value gap 1, 2, 3 times. And then price did continue to move higher. We reswept our buy side. And then from here, price starts selling off aggressively. So this is off. We have swept sell side, or we swept buy side. We're at all-time highs. This could have been actually your makeshift stop raid, which I don't have here, but this could have been your stop raid, just in the sense that this initial displacement and our slowness to get back up is going to be trapping retail traders short, thinking, oh, it's time to go short. So we come up, sweep buy side again, sell or stop raid, and then we get displacement down. So from here, this would have been a really nice short. The risk just was not something that I was comfortable with. Because your stop would have been up here, close. So we do have a breaker in here as well. So a stop could have been a close above this fair value gap, but once if we really start moving through this breaker, that would have been a stop out. But partial here, partial here, um, and then you could also have taken a partial here, and then somewhere in this fair value gap. But this ended up being a very beautiful sell model that played out. So looking at this from a 5 minute, it was very clear on the 5 minute. I just did not come back to the market till around here. So price in the morning, sweep sell side, move up, come back down, balance to equilibrium, move back up. This could be your original consolidation, but accumulation one, accumulation two, smart money reversal. Price comes down. I actually don't know if one of these would be a breaker, but price impulsively moves down. We have a fair value gap. We also have a market structure shift. If that one wasn't you weren't comfortable with, there is another market structure shift. Here, price comes back. Looking at this price leg, price comes back, taps a fair value gap in premium, and then immediately starts selling off. Get a little bit of consolidation, sell off, get a little bit of a retracement back into premium of the range, premium 5 minute fair value gap. Price taps into it, and then again aggressively starts selling off where it is still continuing lower. But this did end up playing out to be a very, very pretty buy model. So overall, looking at the day, the morning session started out sloppy. Pre-market trade went very well, but morning session played out a little sloppy. We weren't provided a long entry, but after that original long entry we missed, there were plays for other long entries. Here we have this for value gap, or this is balancing the equilibrium of this range. We got a for value gap respecting this 30-minute for value gap. Price moves up. We retake buy side, and then we start aggressively selling off. 5-minute market maker sell model ended up playing out very nicely.